Ladies and gentlemen, this story is actually about the food bank lines that are forming in the state of New Jersey. And yes, things are getting worse for many families, and many people are relying on the food banks because, let's face it, unemployment barely pays for anything. So you do need the extra help. Some people just do. So this came out in the New York Times. Food lines a mile long in America's second wealthiest state. This is April 30th, 2020. Jane Wickham, two sons are in college. Her husband has worked in the same New Jersey casino for 36 years. She felt secure enough to trade her full time casino job for two part time gigs that came with an expectation of bigger tips. Then the coronavirus shut down every casino in Atlantic City and instantly put more than 26,000 people out of work, 10% of the county's population. I've worked since I was 14, she said. Miss Wickham, 55, a car dealer. We've never had to rely on anyone else until now. The Wickham's minivan was one of thousands of vehicles that snaked as far as the eye could see one morning last week in Egg Harbor, New Jersey, 10 miles west of Atlantic City. The promise of fresh produce and a 30-pound box of canned foods, pasta, and rice from a food bank drew so many cars that traffic was snarled for nearly a mile in three directions, leading to five accidents, the police said. I'm just afraid I'm going to lose my house, said Miss Wickham, who lives in Egg Harbor. I feel like a failure right now. In more than 40% of the households in New Jersey, at least one person is out of work because of the coronavirus pandemic. A Monmouth University poll released on Monday found many suddenly unemployed workers in one of the nation's wealthiest states say they have been pushed to the edge of hunger, forced to ask for help for the first time in their lives. Lines at a food pantry in Summit, an affluent commuter town in northern New Jersey, stretch around the block every Tuesday evening. A food bank on the Jersey Shore was started, a tech service to give new users a discreet way to seek help. In Egg Harbor, the long line of Accords, Elantras, Odyssey, minivans, and a lone black Jaguar carried casino bartenders, poker dealers, housekeepers, and cooks. About 1,500 emergency meal kits, which provide supplemental food for families of four for about 14 days, were distributed to casino workers by the Community Food Bank of New Jersey in just under 3 hours, requiring several additional truckloads of food to be brought to the site. Once all the meal kits were gone, many cars remained circled around the abandoned mall where the food was being handed out in an empty parking lot. Those drivers were given a 5-pound bag of onions, three red cabbages, and one green cabbage. Sergeant Larry Graham, who leads the Egg Harbor Township Police Department's traffic division, estimated about 1,500 cars were turned away. Wow. Wow. The surge of need is unlike anything seen before in the county food bank, the state's largest provider of emergency food, officials said, surpassing the demand that followed Hurricane Sandy and the 19-month Great Recession that ended in 2009. Supermarkets that in the past had donated excess food are strapped, leaving the food bank to buy much of what it gives away and even more reliant on contributors. The food bank's Egg Harbor Distribution Center, which serves all or part of 4 counties in southern New Jersey, is now providing food for 2,500 families each week, up from 1,000 before the pandemic, said Kimberly Arroyo, director of agency relations and programs at the food bank. The need is just crazy, Arroyo said. We're seeing families that we've never served before. Last Monday, fulfilled a food bank that serves Monmouth and Ocean counties began offering a new way to help people access emergency food. Users text the word find food, or, they have a telephone number and are matched with the 3 nearest food banks based on zip code. This is a stigma free service for them to get food for their family in a safe grab and go way, so they can spend a little money they have left on housing and copays for healthcare, said Fulfill's chief executive. Uh, okay, Loretta. All right, so Fulfill has also joined the Jersey Shore restaurants to provide 11,250 extra meals a day. Wow. I couldn't imagine working out there and seeing such a dramatic change, with all these cars coming. Last Wednesday, food distribution for casino workers was run with help from United Here Local 54, the union that represents about 9,000 workers at the Atlantic City restaurants, casinos, and hotels, who earn an average of $12.50 an hour plus tips. As the man I kind of had, okay, so he's just talking about how things have changed for him. I'm just going to skip over that part. In New Jersey, considered the second wealthiest state in the nation, a staggering 930,000 residents have filed for unemployment benefits as of Thursday. Wow, that's a lot of people. It's almost 1 million people in the state. State officials said, up from 55,000 for the same 6-week period last week. The number is likely to climb far higher. Yeah, I would imagine. But there's a lot of problems on the site. X just, I guess, because it's just so much of a high volume of people in this state trying to access the Department of Labor site to file for unemployment. There's a lot of problems on the website. It really is. It's slow. It sometimes you don't even get a web page. Man, it's terrible. Okay. A federal stimulus check covered many bills, for people. And, one of the things they notice, a lot of people are taking their stimulus check and they're buying food. and they are paying bills and buying food with the bulk of it. No town seems to be immune to the hardship. In urban centers like Newark, where the need was already high, the demand has increased by 50%, said Nicole Williams, a spokeswoman for the Community Food Bank. The Food Bank of South Jersey, which serves the city of Camden and provides food for 190 pantries and organization, has seen a 200% increase in need, a spokeswoman, Marie Alonso, said. In Jersey City, the state largest city, the governor, March 21st, stay at home order meant the end of Joseph Ayers' job in a pizza shop. His wife, who worked for the city, was furloughed, and his father in law, who lives with the family, also lost his job. Ayers applied for food stamps for the first time, but he was denied because he did not meet the income threshold. At one point, we were all stable up until now. In Summit, about 25 miles west of Manhattan, one food provider, Grace, was used to see about 100 families for its Tuesday food distribution before the pandemic. Last week, there were 515 families. The people that we're seeing, their lives have just been decimated. And yeah, it's really no fault of their own. I mean, what's going on and people are struggling, this is really not their fault. Still, the need may be great in southern New Jersey. An analysis last month by the Brookings Institute think tank found that the economy of Atlantic City could be the third hardest hit in the country. A recent study by Stockton University estimated that the pandemic's drain on the economy in southern New Jersey could reach $5.1 billion this year. The extent of the effects on the economy will depend on how soon Jersey Shore businesses can safely begin to reopen and how comfortable customers are returning, said Oliver Cook, a professor of economics at Stockton's William J. Hughes Center for Public Policy. Wow. The general level of fear is not just going to evaporate overnight, Professor Cook said. 49, a 49-year-old father of five who worked for 13 years as a poker dealer at the Atlantic City Casino. He said he was collecting a 14-day emergency food kit to help replenish his shelves until he is able to get back to work. We are low, he said, with a nod towards the food bank. It's scary. Yeah, it sure is, especially if you don't know where your next meal is coming from. I can understand why many people would be afraid. A lot of people have seen their lives change. Our lives has changed, you know? And if you're always used to working and now you're down to not working, that is scary for many people. Ladies and gentlemen, you really think about it, Black people have always had the highest unemployment rate in America. Everybody also have single digit unemployment, and it's double digit among the Black community. Now we are all truly even. Please leave your comment and subscribe. Don't forget to hit on the notification bell, and I'll see you on the next video. Peace, family.